Here we go, section 5.2. We're going to be talking about congruent polygons. Now this also applies to triangles, so that's kind of why it ties into this chapter. But again, even though it relates to triangles, it's really all polygons in general. So congruent polygons, remember congruent means equal. So congruent polygons just means polygons or shapes that are exactly equal. Or same size. And the key thing with these guys, with congruent triangles and congruent polygons, is corresponding parts are congruent. And corresponding means pieces in the same location. On the shape, and I'll show you what that means. We also use corresponding parts with these things called congruent statements. And these guys are going to match up your corresponding parts. And again, that corresponding word pops up again. Corresponding is going to be same place or same location. Okay. And order matters with these guys. Okay. And that kind of works in general. Order does matter with math. We know it matters with the compositions and transformations. Also matters here. Also matters with maps. And essentially a congruent statement is like a map. Okay? And I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. I'm going to draw a quick picture. We've got a couple triangles here. And let's just call this. There we go. Now, right here, I don't quite have enough information to make a congruent statement. I need some information that tells me, oh, these guys might be in the same spots. You can do that with angles or sides. So for example, if the angles were labeled, it might be like this. And to make a congruent statement, we could go like this. Triangle JOS. And this is where we need to follow the pattern. JOS, JOS. If you look at the angle ticks, you're going from angle 1 tick to 2 ticks to 3 ticks. Okay? JOS. 1 tick, 2 tick, 3 tick. UHA. And the congruent sign, remember, equals with the squiggle above it. Boom. There you go. And you'll see the J matches with the U. So the first pieces match. The middle pieces should match. The middle letters and the end letters should also match. Okay? So all the pieces are equal or the same. Now, you could also have this guy labeled with sides if you wanted. And again, when you make essentially a map, JOS, if you were ignore the angles, we could still do this with sides, we'd say JOS would be through side 1, through side 2. Side 1, side 2. Now you have to take the same route here. Through side 1, through side 2. UHA. So you can use angles or sides to create your congruent statement. Okay? Now, one thing related to this, because we are playing with triangles a bit in this chapter, There's a thing called the third angle theorem. What this guy says is if two triangles have two congruent angles, then their third angles are also congruent. I'll show you what I mean here. To show you this in picture form, it would look like this. If we had 1 tick, 2 ticks, and 1 tick, 2 ticks, and this is angle 1 and this is angle 2, we know that these angles have to be congruent. Okay, because these angles are the same and these angles are the same. So these guys also have to be the same. Cool. Okay. We get into this in chapter 7. So next semester, yeah. We'll talk more about that again in chapter 7. As for now, bop. That's all the notes for chapter 5-2. And check out the examples for the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.